Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lance and I make content about NFT gaming and the wider crypto world. And today I'm giving you an update on the Triathon game, which I'm very excited about. We've got our first look in my videos here at the artwork for the game, and some of the functionality and the economy is also starting to take shape. So if you've been buying some of these NFTs and holding them, or even if you haven't, you're going to want to stick around and see some of these ships and what you can do with them. It's pretty exciting. So let's jump right in. We're going to look first here at the Triathon Token, which has, much like the rest of the crypto market, been dumping. So over the last month, we've gone from a high of over $20 down to $8.63. And this is a low market cap coin. So if you look at the market cap now, we're down under $14 million, fully diluted market cap of 86 million. This is a low market cap gem in my opinion. So definitely been buying and holding triads. There's a lot that goes into this token that backs the Triathon game and the Trias chain and mainnet, which are supposed to launch this month. So go learn about Trias, maybe pick up some of these tokens and hold them longer term. The supply is really low. It's going to get even lower after this game launches and the GEON token officially launches to trade. And we'll get into a little bit of that. But the token supply is, circulating supply is only 1.6 million. The total supply is only 10 million. So low supply. There's no reason this token couldn't go to hundreds of dollars. So take a look at it. Triathon Game. So this is the new function that we haven't reviewed in my videos. They released artwork. So you can see some of these NFTs if you jump into the dungeon and then go to Forge and then build. That's where I am. You're going to select which NFT you want to build. Again, Delusionist, Destroyer, Daemon, and Dungeon. Not in that order. Destroyers are the most common, then Daemons, then Delusionists, then Dungeons. You can't build dungeons right now. I don't know if you will be able to in the future, or what's going to go into that, but you can build some of these ships currently, and then there's a waiting list. So I'll show you all the artwork. Here you can see the destroyers and then the daemons, and then each of them has this waiting list with other ships. So this green one is my favorite. Can't wait to get one of those. And they each have different functions. You can see the names of them. So smart contract query, smart contract calling, upgrading, fuzz testing, smart contract destroying, smart contract freezing. So they all have different functions, and if you're not familiar with this game yet, the purpose of the game is to test, do on-chain actions to test projects, and to test how secure they are, to test how distributed they are. So blockchain projects that want to launch and want a third-party view that is transparent of how secure, how distributed, how sound their project is, can participate in this, put their project up for testing. So right now, from what I understand, the testing is testing the Binance Smart Chain. Some of these I think have actually been changed or added, the artwork, since I last looked at it. But this is the waiting list for the Destroyer group, and then the waiting list for the Daemon group. There are more of those available. And then each of these, as you can see, kind of has a recipe of what it costs or what you need to use to build it. So obviously you need what they're calling the hull. They were calling them ships before. They've changed the name now to hull. So you need a Delusionist hull, and then you're going to need 3 wing fin parts and 3 lasers to build this. And if you had that, you would come in, you'd click here, you'd click confirm. Obviously there are no holes or anything on my wallet connected, but you would select which hole you want. Pulls up another screen, you select which hole you want, which is just one of the NFTs that you've purchased, and then you essentially build this ship. So that's what the forge is. You can build half a dozen ships or so, different options. If you don't have any of these and you want to pick some up, you can come to the market. You can pick up holes in the market. You can sort here by the type that you want. You can pick up parts in the market as well. They did recently do a parts carnival where you could just go buy parts from Triathon or from directly from the game makers. But it looks like that has ended now. So you got to pick them up in the market, or you can get some by participating in their Discord or Twitter events. They'll have ongoing events where you can earn a couple. But if you want any significant number of parts, you're going to have to come buy them in the market. When they sold them, they were selling for 2 trias each. So that's kind of a good benchmark of what these maybe should cost if you're coming in here and looking to buy some. The NFTs, the holes, you can also mint. If you come to the forge, you can mint these. So you just put in all of your details here and then you mint one. And again, you're going to be most likely to get a destroyer, but you might get a daemon or a delusionist if you're lucky. If you're super lucky, you might get a dungeon. Only about 1.5% of the total holes that have been minted are dungeons. So those are the most rare. So anyway, back to the market. You can pick up some of those here. That gives you an idea of value. Again, you can mint them for 2 trias. So if they're selling for less than 2 trias, that's obviously a good deal. If they're selling for more than 2 trias, you definitely would be wanting to get, a delusionist or a dungeon. Most of the dungeons that I've been picking up are less than 20 trias. So if you're looking for a dungeon, you want to be able to pick it up for less than 20. So maybe this one at 19 would be worth it. If you watch the market regularly, you can see nobody's bid on these because there's nothing in the prize pool. So these are probably overpriced. But, if something lists at 15 or 16 trias for a dungeon, that's probably a good deal. You should pick it up. So then there are also ships for sale. You can compare the price of the parts combined with the whole to decide whether these are a good deal in the market. I picked up one of these in the market before they did the parts carnival because it was, they were fairly rare, and I think I overpaid a little bit, but I didn't know how much it was going to cost. So I think I paid like 15 trias for a ship that probably should have been worth like 12. But anyway, I have a handful of these ships. So what can you do with these ships? Currently, all you can do is stake them. But the staking, so this test opens in 19 minutes. This is how the staking works. You can stake your NFT for either one of these tests. So the trusted smart chain or the fundamental smart chain. I think these are both testing the Binance Smart Chain. And once you stake the NFT, you're going to have to pay a gas fee to stake it. And then once it goes through the test, you're going to earn GEON, which is the dungeon token, which is kind of like the utility token for this game. And we're going to go through, you can see up here, I've got the functions of GEON token pulled up. So we're going to go through that next. But to stake this, you're going to stake, you're going to confirm the transaction. It'll show up here in ongoing until the test happens. So the test will run, I can't remember how long they run, several hours. So there's like a waiting period, and then the test runs, and then there's another waiting period. But if you come in and stake, it will just be put into the next test that's going to happen. And then you earn GEON for participating in the test. And the GEON that you earn is a formula of the number of NFTs that were staked during that test times 40, and then that's the total pool, and then the number that you actually get is based on your NFT that you're staking. So if it's a more valuable NFT from a several factors, there's like HP and I can't remember a few other ones. If your ship is more valuable, then you're gonna earn from a different pool, and they break it down. There's a thing you can go read if you want to go search for it. But the punchline for me was, hey, you're gonna earn roughly, 125 to like 300 Geon per NFT that you stake. And currently it's costing, probably $3 or so on the two transaction fees to stake the NFT and then to claim the Geon afterwards. You have to claim the Geon before you can stake it again, which is kind of dumb. I wish they could just, put it in a pool and then we wouldn't all be paying these transactions every single time to claim the Geon. Because it's like $2 to claim the Geon, and again we'll go through the value of Geon, but I think we might be paying as much to stake the NFTs and claim it as we're getting from the test. So they did recently increase the amount of Geon you get per test based on some community feedback. So I think that was good. And likely going forward, they'll be able to change things so that it's a little more efficient. But you're going to be paying those fees in, gas fees. And those are all paid in BNB because you're on the Binance Smart Chain for this type of thing. So that's pretty much how to do it. If you want to do it, go pick up some ships or hulls and parts, form your ships, and then you can stake to start earning rewards, which is exciting. This has gone from just, a few words where this was all we had in the beginning was just this type of an NFT where it had some words and that was it, to now you can actually have, a ship. You can see some artwork. The artwork is pretty cool, and we can start staking them to earn Geon. So as this game continues to develop, I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So let's jump into the GEON token before we make this video too long. So functions of the GEON token, the reward gained from battle will be given in Geons. You're also going to use Geons to kind of improve your NFTs. So currently you need 10 HP to participate in one of the staking tests. And it uses up your HP. So you're going to have to like use your Geon to add back HP. And I think it's just like 1 Geon per HP to kind of upgrade your NFT, but then it uses up your HP. So you have to keep doing that if you're going to keep staking. But there are going to be other upgrades you can do in the future. Currently, the HP is the only one that I've seen that you can do. So then ITO launching. So I'll just read this one. With the comprehensive test by global users, if the project passes the verification of the platform, then it can start the initial offering activities. The Geon holders can get a quota of the new project and swap Geons for new project tokens. So it's kind of like participating in a launch pad if you've ever done one of those, like Polka Starter or Avalanche or some of these different launch pads where projects are going to come in, they're going to be tested. If they pass the testing, then Geon holders can swap their Geon for the new project tokens and essentially participate in that new token launch. The Triathon Foundation will use 20% of its income to buy back and burn Geons. That's an important piece as we look at the supply of Geons. So 20%, that 20% is coming from the market, I believe. So in the market, there's some of the transaction fees for the market that go to essentially burning Geon. And then staking tokens to earn interest. Users can stake the Geons on the platform to earn interest. You're also going to be able to stake Trias to earn Geon. So you can stake Trias to secure nodes, and those will farm Geon. And we're going to talk about that. So the offering goals, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to look at the GEON token distribution. This is the important part. So there's 10 billion in supply. Right now, this token is not traded anywhere. You can't buy it. If someone's trying to sell it to you, it's probably a scam. Somebody might open, and I actually thought about opening a liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. So if you see something on there, it might just be like somebody like me that decided to open up a liquidity pool. But this is the total supply. So how much of this initial supply, based on this and some rough calculations, I'm going to guess that roughly 25% of total GEON supply is going to be available when it launches. And then the rest of it will be farmed over time or released over time in some of these release cycles. So figure 2.5 billion GEON is going to be released. And so if you figure, if it is at a 1 cent value, then the GEON would be, need to be a $25 million market cap out of the gate, which I don't think is unreasonable for a game like this, given some of the other games that I've seen. As long as they get the marketing right, and get a community that's excited about it, I think a $25 million market cap for this game, specifically separate from the Triathon token, is reasonable. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Hey, 1 cent per GEON might be higher than that, might be lower than that, but maybe is a good line in the sand to say, hey, is it worth doing some of these things? And again, right now, the transaction fees in BNB are costing me about the same as I'm getting when I farm the GEON from staking the ships. So is it worth it or not? I don't know, but I'm doing a little bit. I haven't taken all of my ships, and I don't stake them every time, but maybe once or twice a day I'm staking like 4 ships, and I'm choosing the ones that are the most valuable. So I have some Delusionists and some more expensive Daemons, and those ships are earning more. So I put those ones in, and then the other ones that I have I'm not putting in because I don't know if it's worth it. So let's just look at this piece. So this just talks about the mining. Obviously, based on that previous screen, 60% of GEON is going to be mined by play to earn and generative mining. So that's what these mean. So people are going to earn tokens by playing the game. And then it's interesting that this says, I don't know if they meant to put this in here, but I'll assume they did, that this is also the main way of GEON generation. So I don't know if this generative mining or if play to earn is actually going to be the main way, but let's assume that generative mining is going to be the main way. So you're going to have GEON, or you're going to have Triads rather to mine GEON, or to farm for GEON, stake for GEON. So they're giving incentives for people to hold Triads, stake that Triads to secure the layer 1 network, and then get GEON as a reward. So that's kind of an overview. The other thing here, I don't know if I just ended the recording. No, I'm good. So the other thing here is GEON token. So GEON token supply is going to be reduced over time. So it has that $10 billion max supply, but that supply is going to be reduced by the GEONs being burned through the buyback mechanism that we talked about. So some of the income from the marketplace is going to go to purchase GEONs and then burn them. And there may also be, they just said from income, there may also be some of the GEONs that are used, like to upgrade ships and things like that are also burned. I don't know. But that supply is going to be reducing over time. And then the Triads that is used during the initial GEON sale. So I think it was like, let's look again, the token distribution. So 10% is public sale. The sale is going to happen in Triads token. So you have to buy the GEON with Triads, and half or more of the Triads that's spent to buy GEON tokens is going to be burned by the Triads Foundation. So both the Triads token, which already has really pretty limited supply at 10 million supply, and the GEON tokens are going to reduce in supply. So I'm long-term bullish on this project and both of these coins, and I think it's worth checking out. We'll continue to have more updates. If you want to get real-time updates, go follow their socials and join their Discord, and I will link those in here. You're also always welcome to reach out to me or comment if you have specific questions. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can keep making content. And let me know what else you'd like to see, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.